days has more courses, and she told me that is it okay if she didn't go to the courses like these past few lessons, but she wants to start joining them from now on. She said that can she do that?
Are you talking about joining this class?
Yes, one of my classmates was asking me about it.
About the joining Ayan, you need to contact Mr. Adalat.
Hello, mister. Wait, will we have all these topics in our test?
Okay, Ayan.
Okay, so
Mister, hello.
Okay, Murat, wait, we are talking now. Ayan, I'm not the organizer. I'm the one. Mr. Adalat gives me the groups, so I'll just teach. Okay, he schedules everything. So your friend, she should talk to Mr. Adalat. Okay, I mean because whoever comes to this class, I will teach. For me, is okay. Okay, but first they have to actually register with Mr. Adalat. Yes, Murat, what's your question?
Are we going to have all the topics which are on screen on our test? Or what is this?
Murat, last time I shared one sample test. Did you practice those questions?
Yeah. But like the sample test, as I understood, will be similar like to our main test, right?
Yes, yes. It will be very, very similar to those tests, okay? To those questions.
Okay.
Yeah, we practiced with those questions because some of them wasn't clear for me.
Say again?
I'm saying that can we continue doing that test that you sent it? Because some of the questions were not clear.
If you tell me the question number, I can open and explain, okay? Because if you tell me that all the questions we can do that, first you have to practice. But if you practice, if you tried but you couldn't get the answer or you didn't understand, we may discuss it now here. What question
Yeah,
is it
okay.
exactly?
1 minute, I will find the PDF that you sent it. Okay, I found it. For example, question, I don't know. Like question 3, I don't really understand how to do. Um, question 3, 5, and I think that's it.
Can you see my screen now?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
So is question 3.
Yeah.
Is it this question, the triangle?
Yeah, I remember you did it with us, but I didn't understand how to do it.
Okay. Yes, actually about similarity. It says that in the figure, triangle APQ is similar to triangle ABC, right?
Okay.
And given that AP equals this, and PB equals 6, BC equals 10, and AC equals 15. What is the
Okay.
question? Find the length of AQ and PQ, okay? So find the length of AQ and PQ, and let's say the length of AQ is X, and the length of
Okay.
PQ is Y. So this one
Okay.
is X and this one is Y, right? So actually these two triangles are similar. That means that their corresponding sides are proportional. What does it mean?
So if one decreases, other one is also decreased. If one increases,
No,
other one.
that means that as you hear this APQ, right? The side, for example, here, this 4 over this AP corresponds in a big triangle because they are opposite this angle, right? Let me just these angles, right? In a small triangle opposite this angle, angle Q, we have AP, that's 4 centimeters. In a big triangle opposite this angle C, what we have here, 4 plus 6. So here we have 4 plus 6 over, and in a small triangle PQ, right? Here we have Y, and that corresponds in a big triangle that is BC, that is 10 centimeters, because we are saying similar, right? Because when you're comparing two things, let's say Rifa, you are similar to your brother is a big boy and you are small, right? So that means that to compare your similarity, we have to compare your eyes with eyes, right? Hands with hands, fingers with fingers, legs with legs, all right? So that's what we mean by corresponding sides. In triangles, corresponding sides means the sides which are faced by the same angles, because two triangles are similar if their angles are, corresponding angles are equal, right? Otherwise, they cannot be similar. So here, that Y corresponds, that's BC, that is 10. equals, now we have the third side is left. In a small triangle, right? Here AQ is X. That corresponds in a big triangle. AQ corresponds AC.
By the
Something happened.
to the left, okay. Rifa, on which platform will the exam be? Like exam document.
Again? Что?
Рифа?
Я не слышу.
Рифа, на какой площадке?
Hello.
What? Yes. Hello, Mr.
Before,
Hassan.
Ayan, can you just discuss these questions? Give me 5 minutes, okay?
Okay, yes.
I will be back in 5 minutes.
Что ты говорил?
Рифа,
Да.
ты знаешь, на какой площадке экзамен будет?
Сасмо, вот это то, что.
Да.
Вообще без понятия.
Интересно, он на чем будет?
Наверное,
Ты
или
готов
год.
вообще? Готов или волнуешься?
Я не слышу этого, у тебя микрофон немного этот.
Я спрашиваю, ты готов или ты сомнения есть какие-то?
Есть. Но это не совсем, да, прям экзамен. Это типа неофициальный. Официально будет в апреле. Это он нас проверяет просто, чтобы, мы знаем или не знаем вот это.
Ты прям все топики понимаешь?
Не, я не прям все знаю. Ну, знаю, да, что-то знаю.
Рифа, а может повторим завтра после школы?
Что?
Может повторим завтра после школы?
Завтра можно.
Окей. Завтра после школы повторим.
Хорошо. Я тебе в ДС напишу.
Угу. Не, лучше в WhatsApp пиши.
В WhatsApp у меня этот телефон.
Понял.
А в ДС
Короче,
ты
в ДС напиши где-то к 4, к 5, окей? Часик отдохнем.
Ладно.
Окей. То сасмо, то что-то еще. Рифа,
Да.
почему не приходит? А я?
Я не знаю, она вообще заходит, да и уходит. Просто не то, чтобы уходит, заходит, то есть остается и все. А сама куда-то уходит.
И как она экзамен напишет?
Я без понятия. Я вообще без понятия, зачем она сюда зашла. То есть
Не, ну
она...
может родители записали.
Ну да.
Не, может родители записали, чтобы математику подучила, но толку она нет ее.
Она тоже элементарно на наших уроках в классе. Она вообще ничего не делает.
Не, на наших уроках в классе она хотя бы отвечает, да?
Но она просто, когда типа говорят, да, а я, ты здесь? Она говорит, да, я здесь, и все. В остальном она вроде ничего не делает.
Я никогда не спрашиваю.
Ну, не, бывало иногда. Ну, все равно, да.
Когда ее спрашивают, я не отвечаю. А если отвечаю, говорю, что нет.
Ты микрофон рукой зажал.
Да, я знаю, если что.
Мгм. Когда он встал, мистер Хасси, и так резко ушел, я испугался, что случилось-то. Потому что в апреле, когда будет экзамен, да, чтобы пройти на Олимпиаду, ты пройдешь, как думаешь?
Будем реально.
Рукой зажал опять.
Говорю, что будем реалистами. Давай честно, да.
Я, если честно, не знаю.
А нет, это такой... Там люди есть, которые 5-6 лет этим уже на эту Олимпиаду ходят, не проходят.
Ну да. Я не говорю Олимпиаду выиграть, я говорю на Олимпиаду пройти. Это тоже, да, есть. То есть
Я
выиграть...
говорю, да, пройти, но это тоже будет
Да.
очень нелегко.
Ну да, согласен.
Как-то можно будет писать.
А как? Рукой зажал опять.
Я говорю, что даже если можно будет списать, вот давай представим, ты списал, да. А вот тебя позовут на
Guys, I'm back.
Олимпиаду.
Hello.
Окей,
Hello.
hello, мистер.
Okay. Sorry, actually, you know,
Mister,
our
can I
floor...
fastly ask a question?
Yes.
Because you started explaining something, not to interrupt you. Like, on what platform will the test be? Exam.net or how?
The test will be like this,
Like,
similar.
how will we
Okay,
make it?
I will display the questions like this, exactly the same like this. For example, here, let's say on the first page, we have two questions, right? And I'll just display these two questions. I will give you 10 minutes. So you have to solve it, and I will give you answer sheet. You have to write your answers only on the answer sheet, and we will continue next 10 minutes. I will give you for the next two questions. And in this way, I will just display within the given time, you have to solve the questions, okay? And when the class finishes, you have to write all your answers nice on the answer sheet and submit it to me.
Teacher, but that's exactly
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah, exactly like this. I will just display question 3, guys. Now you have 5 minutes. Okay, solve it. You have to solve it yourself on a piece of paper. Write your answer in the answer sheet. I will give you the answer sheet and continue. After 60 minutes, you have to submit your answers. Yes.
In Friday that we will have exam.
Are we going to? Should we turn on our camera?
No, it's up to you. If you can turn on, if you don't,
camera.
Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. But you will solve the question like that. I will display for each question. I will give you some time. You have to solve within the given time, and that's it. Okay.
Okay, and one more question. In Friday we will exam. That exam is just for checking ourselves. Yes.
Yes, yes. I want to see your progress. Do you understand or not? Are you doing your homework or not? Okay, because I know that who is listening, who is not listening, who is learning how much. But here, this exam is a kind of proof. Okay, if your parents ask, Mr. Qasim, how is Rifa? And I say that his performance is like this, his performance is like this, his test result is like this. Okay, so I need some feedback. Okay.
Okay.
But how will but another question. How will Ayan do the exam? Not this Ayan, another Ayan.
Yes.
I don't know. Everybody should actually how to say, it's mind your own business. I don't know. We will see. This is your first time you're taking tests. Let's see. Okay, guys. Now let's just do it. and after I check the papers, and after that we will discuss. Now it is too early to discuss the result of the test, okay? Because you didn't take it yet, okay?
Mr. Kasim,
Yes.
the thing is, when it comes to equations and stuff like that, I can solve them, but with problems, I just get confused all the time.
Yeah, that's right, Ayan. Actually, that's why you have to practice more and more word problems. Okay, maybe you get confused. You just try. You may be struggling, and you bring these questions, Ayan, to the class. Okay, let's solve them together. Now you have some idea, some idea. In this way, you will improve, Ayan, because to improve the solving word problems, it takes time. Because it's not about only knowledge. Because every word problem is different. You know, you need to have rich vocabulary, and also you need to have good experience, right? And you need to practice more questions. And Ayan, actually, if you are confused and if you are struggling, that means that you are learning something. Okay, if somebody says that, Mr. Kasim, I can solve all the questions here, that means that that guy is not learning anything, so he should try a little bit more complicated problems.
Okay.
Okay, guys, let's continue about
Okay.
this. So here it is similar. So X represents the AC. What is AC? AC is 15. Now we form our equation. Using the first two ratios, I can get the value of Y, right? Because on the left-hand side, number one, I have 4 over 10. On the right-hand side, Y over 10. This 10 cancels each other, so the value of Y is equal to 4. What is Y? Y is our PQ. And using the second and third, now I know the value of Y, right? If you substitute here, Y equals 4 over 10. And here we have X over 15. So what is X? If you multiply both sides by 15, here we have 4 times 15 over 10. That's equal to 6. So what is X? X is AQ, dot, dot, dot. The length of AQ is 6 centimeters. Okay, Rifa?
Can you explain? Yes, I understood. Now it's clear. Also, can you explain B? It's not about I can't do it. B. I didn't understand it even.
Okay, guys, here find the number of sides of a regular polygon whose exterior angle is 18 degrees.
Mhm.
Okay, so here we are talking about regular. What does regular mean? All sides are equal, and also all interior angles are equal. That's number one. Number two, exterior angle. We know that the sum of the exterior angles of any polygon is 360 degrees, right? Why is it so? Because here, for example, let's say triangle, okay? And we know that these angles are interior angles. This is alpha, this is beta, this is gamma, right? And alpha
Yes.
plus gamma plus beta, we know that is equal to 180. But how about the
Mhm.
exterior angles? That is the first exterior angle. If you produce this line, that's the second exterior angle. If you produce this line, that's the third exterior angle. And here we have the first one, and that's the second exterior angle, and this is the third one. So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 360. Now, in similar way, if you draw any quadrilateral, let's say here we have quadrilateral, right? And again, exterior angles. If I just extend this line, that's the first one. Extend this one, that's the second angle. Extend this one, that's the third one. And extend this one, that's the fourth one. Okay. So again, if you add these angles, number one, number two, number three, and number four. Again, that's equal to 360. Maybe when you have more time, I can show you the proof. Also, proof is very simple. So the sum of the exterior angles of any polygon is 360. So here, suppose that it says find the number of sides of a regular polygon. How many sides does it have? I don't know. And suppose that this polygon has n sides, okay? And each interior angle is 18 degrees, right? Now from here, that means that n sides, right? Each interior exterior angle is 18. That means that n times 18, right? That should be equal to 360, because here we have 18 plus 18 plus 18. How many 18s do we have? N. So n times 18, that's equal to 360. from here, n is equal to 360 over 18. That's equal to 20. So that means that the this polygon has 20 sides. So if you just draw a 20-sided polygon, then it is each exterior angle will be 18.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks. Also,
Another
two.
question. I ask another question before we continue to the next question. How about
Yeah.
if I ask you, what is the sum of the interior angles of this 20-sided polygon? That's the first part. The
I
question
think I
is,
know how to solve it.
what is the sum of the interior angles of this polygon? How would you find this?
May I?
Yes.
I would do 180 minus 18, and then you would get the interior angle and multiply it by 20.
Very good. Very good. Because as see here, if one angle is 18, right? This angle should be 180 minus 18 because they form a straight line, right? Straight angle. So that means that so the sum of those interior angles, how many sides? 20. Each angle is 180 minus 18. That's equal to 162. So now if you multiply this, 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 16, that is 32. And here we have one more 0. So the sum of the interior angles of this 20-sided polygon is 3,240 degrees. Very good.
Understood. Thanks, teacher. Also, can you explain fifths? Fifths and nine. I didn't understand three, fifths and nine.
Okay, I think for Ion, it must be a very easy question. What is the question here? If 5x minus 8y equals 3x times x minus y, find the numerical value of this. Okay, now from here first, as you know, this x over 3y, I can write it like this, right? 1 over 3 times x over y. Is that correct?
Yes.
Good.
Ah, it's just this? That's
Now, I
it?
mean, after that, now just to answer this question, I need to find the ratio, this x over y. Now from here, if you simplify, 5x minus 8y is equal to 3x minus 3y. And take x to the left-hand side, 5x minus 3x equals minus 3y. Take negative 8y to the right-hand side, plus 8y. Now from here, sorry.
I think you said something wrong.
So that
Yeah,
is
now.
2x equals 5y, right? So what does it mean? It means that here 2x equals 5y means x over y is equal to 5 over 2, right?
Yes.
Because if you cross multiply, that's 2x equals 5y. So that means that x over y is equal to 5 over 2. So now if I substitute 1 over 3, what is x over y? It is 5 over 2. So that's equal to 5 over 6. So the numerical value means actually the answer should not involve any variable.
Okay, and what about B? It's not saying numerical, it's just value.
Okay,
What should
in B, x squared plus y squared is given. Here we have x plus y, and we know that x plus y, let me also write here, squared and 3 equals 3 times. What is x plus y squared? We have already practiced this. That's equal to x squared plus y squared. Okay, let me just write in that order, then I will change this. 2xy plus y squared. Actually, I can just write it as by reorganizing. I can write it as x squared plus y squared plus 2xy, right? So because a plus b equals b plus a, or a plus b plus c equals a plus c plus b. If you just interchange the places, the result does not change. So what is x squared plus y squared is equal to 57? It's given, so that's equal to 57 plus 2 times. What is x times y? Also it is given, that's equal to 3. So here we have times 3, which is equal to 3 times 2 times 3, 6. 57 plus 6, that's equal to 63, which is equal to 189.
Oh, that's easy. Okay, understood. And 1 minute.
I have a question about 3A.
Yes.
You actually explained it right now before, but I have a question about the equation.
Okay.
After like Ayan's questions that she asked, can you also explain lines?
Yes. Yes. Ayan, what is your question?
So could you please scroll up? See, there you wrote 4 and then 4 over 4 plus 6.
Yes.
So I just didn't understand why.
You mean why did I write 4 plus 6?
Yes.
It's AB. It's a length AB.
Yeah, that is AB. What is AB? It is 10, right? So if I write 10, maybe you would ask, Mr. Carson, where did you get 10? So how did I get 10? That is 4 plus 6. What is AB? That is AP plus PB. That is 4 plus 6.
Oh, okay.
Also, teacher, if can you also explain ninth question, please?
Question 9?
Yes, like I approximately know how to do it after you explain third question, but still I wanna be sure.
Okay. So the figure shows a triangular bar of cross-section ABC. And we know what we mean by cross-section, right? If you just put this on the floor, on a table, and you're just cutting with a knife perpendicular to the table. Okay, we did just cut this. What do you see? Actually, we call this cross-section, right? For example, let's say you just put watermelon on the table, and with a knife, right? If you just cut this from the top, usually how we cut the watermelon, put it on the table and cut the top part, right? So if you just cut this parallel to the table, so what do you see? The red part, we call this cross-section. And at everywhere, the cross-section in the watermelon, for example, the cross-sectional area is different. But sometimes the cross-section may be the same, right? Uniform. Like for example, let's say if you're talking about a pipe, right? And if you just cut from anywhere, you will just see the same circle. That means that the cross-section is the same, uniform. Anyway, so we are talking about this kind of bar. That's in daily life, we use this a lot, right? So the figure shows a triangular bar of cross section. Okay. ABC. So the ABC is its cross section. That means if you just cut this perpendicular to the ground, you will see a triangle here. If the length of the bar is 14 centimeters and AB is equal to 6 and BC is equal to C, find the volume of the bar. Okay, so as you see here, this angle is, the angle ABC is 90 degrees. And how do you find the volume of usually solids? If the cross section is uniform, the same everywhere, just we need to find the area of one cross section and we should multiply this by its length. So that gives us the volume. So that means that here volume equals base area, that is cross section area, times, so it's just lying down on the ground, right? So we just take its length. If it is standing on the ground at the time, we should just take, what is it? We will just name it as height. The height and the usually length, the same thing, because when it is lying down, we call this length. If it is just standing perpendicular to the ground, we call this height. Anyway, so here I will use L. What is the base area? That is the area of ABC, right? The base area is the area of triangle ABC. And times, and here we have length. And as you see here, triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. How do you find the area? 1 over 2 times base times height. That is 6 times 4.5 times, not to get confused, let me just write here cross, okay? And length, what is the length? That's equal to 14. That's it. So now here 1 over 2 times 6, it is 3. 3 times 14 is 42. 42 times 4.5. 4 times 42, 168, plus half times 42, 21. So that's equal to 189 cm cubed. So the volume of this triangular bar is 189 cubic centimeters.
Okay, thanks, teacher.
Okay, and Ayhan, you may ask, why did I write plus? Because I'm just calculating mentally. How do you calculate mentally? I have to split this, right, and multiply by each and add them up.
Okay, thanks, teacher. Now it's clear.
Any other questions?
Me, no, maybe.
Okay, then.
But
I can save it. And I wish if you could write with this Microsoft Edge like this and save it. That's the best way to submit for online learning, but I don't think everybody has this. Rifa, did you ever try this Microsoft Edge?
Microsoft Edge. Uh, is that the browser? That
Yeah, like for
Chrome.
example, if I open this, you see, for example, test one, right? Test one, and right click. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, I have Microsoft Edge, and like already I
Actually,
opened it.
every PC has. The problem is, do you have a pencil or not, or pen or not? When you open this, if I give you the test or homework something, and click draw, and you can just write everything. It's like a notebook, right? What is the largest number? So the largest number is equal to this. I can draw even flower because I have pencil. I can do this very fast. I can draw triangle, and I can draw here Murat, let's say.
Oh my god.
Okay. I mean, it's about pencil drawing thing. If you have this, whatever you write this, it will be saved for online learning. That's very, very good. Anyway, guys, let's get back to our class. Then I'm closing this. We were talking about word problems. 3 questions were left here. Let's finish it, okay? Then we will start a new chapter if we have time. Okay. Question 11, 12, 13, 14. And that's it for this chapter. So I will do question 11 and 12 quickly because they are not easy difficult questions, but 12, 13 and 14, a little bit challenging question. Not so challenging, but it may be different for you. Two positive numbers. Okay, we are talking about positive numbers differ by 7. And the sum of their squares is 169. Now, actually, for you, it must be piece of cake, right? So since two numbers and differ by 7, that means that if the first number is x, second number should be x plus 7. So their difference is 7, and they are positive. The sum of their squares, that means x squared plus x plus 7 squared. That's equal to 169, right? So find the numbers. That means we have to solve this equation. So that's x squared plus 14x plus 49. And also take 169 to the right-hand side, 169. So we have 0 here. X squared plus x squared, 2x squared. Let me wear my glove, put on my gloves as well. Anyway, 2x squared plus, so here we have 14x. It's not plus, it is minus 49 minus 169. That's equal to minus 120 is equal to 0, right? And divide both sides by 2 because all numbers are divisible by 2. So we get a simpler equation, but equivalent equation. And two numbers whose product is negative 60 and their sum is 7. What are those numbers? Those numbers are, it's 15, 4, no. 6 times 10, no. What are this? It is 12 times negative 5, right? As I say here, 12 plus negative 5 is equal to 7. So we can factorize it as x minus 5 and x plus 12, that's equal to 0. From here, x equals 5 or x equals negative 12. So in the question, it says that it is positive. So actually, we should reject this answer. This negative 12 is rejected. So our answer is 5. So it says find the numbers. So if the first number is 5, second number should be 12.
This one is easy. Actually, we did it last lesson, I think, 11.
Really?
I like we did something same.
Yes, similar. We did a lot of similar example, but just here, Okay, so that's also the good one. Guys, now you are going to do this question, okay? That is a test question for you. I will give you 5 minutes. If you can do that, write your answer in the chat box, okay? And if not, anyway, we will discuss together after 5 minutes, okay? So you have 5 minutes. Time starts now. Or maybe there's something inside air, for example. The air enters, and there's more and more. It should go out somewhere, right? After that explodes. Thirty seconds left. Rifa, any answer?
Not yet. I can't form the equation. I don't know how to form this equation in this situation.
Very good. If you can form your equation, it's good. Ayan, how about you?
I formed the equation. I'm trying to solve the quadratic.
Okay. Murad Sayyizadeh?
Yes, mister.
Are you trying? Did you also form your equation or still?
I tried, but I'm trying. I'm just trying, not more. I
Oh, okay. One more
Like
minute, Rifa,
my
Aya. Okay. Yes.
my I can see that's incorrect. Wait, I need to reform it.
Rifa, you get the answer?
no, like I did that x and 44 minus x, but I can't form the equation.
Very good. Ayan, you just keep doing this. God, let's continue and do it together. Very good. If you could actually label like this, because the total length of the piece of wire is 44. If one part is x centimeters, the remaining part must be 44 minus x. So now we are forming two squares. Let's say the first part is a bigger one, the second one is a smaller one. Because here, using this wire, right, whose length is x centimeters, we form the square. So that means that one side of the square must be x over 4, because x over 4 times 4, that gives us the perimeter of this square. How about the second one? The total, the perimeter of square B is 44 minus x. So one side of this small square should be 44 minus x over 4, right? So it says that the sum of the areas, right, that is A plus B is equal to 65. What is capital A? We know how to find the area of the square, right? That is x over 4 squared. Just A squared plus, how about capital B? That is 44 minus x over 4 squared again. On the right
Yeah,
hand
but
side,
why
we
four?
have 65,
Ah, four sides. Okay.
right? So now from here, if you expand this, what we have here? Here we have x squared, and the denominator is 16, right? So I can just draw one fraction line, and here we have 44 minus x squared. 44 minus x squared. And in the denominator, we have 16. That's equal to 65. Okay. So from here, take multiply both sides by 16 and expand this. What we have here? Here we have x squared, and 44 minus x. We know that 44 minus x squared is the same as x minus 44 squared because of the square, right? Minus 2 squared equals 2 squared. So I can just write it as x squared minus 2 times 44 times x, that is 88x, plus 44 squared. What is 44 squared? 44 squared is 1936. 1936. On the right hand side, we have 65 times 16. 65 times 16, that's equal to 1040. Now, if I take everything to the left hand side, here we have 2x squared minus 88x, and 1936 minus 1040, 1936 minus 1040, that's equal to 896, right? It is minus 896 is equal to 0. So I can simplify this more, divide both sides by 2. x squared minus 44x minus this one is 448 is equal to 0. Factorization, we can try factorization, but I'll just show you another way. I can write it as x squared minus 2 times 22x. Here, I just want to add 22 squared minus 22 squared. This should be plus, right? Because 1936 minus 1040, it is plus. It is plus. So is equal to 0. Now, what I do here, what I have done here is I just added 22 squared and subtracted 22 squared. It doesn't change anything. As you see here, the first three terms, it gives us a perfect square. That's equal to x minus 22 squared equals, what is 22 squared? That is 484, right? So 484, we subtract, what is it? 448, that's equal to 36. That's equal to 36, right? What is 36? 36 is 6 squared. Let me just continue here and finish the question. So here we know that x minus 22 squared equals 6 squared. So that means that this x minus 22 should be 6, or x minus 22 should be minus 6. From here, what is x? X equals 28, or x equals minus 6 plus 22, that is 16. We have two answers. But here we know that if x equals 28, the second if this one is 28, this should be 16. If this one is 16, this should be 28. But here at the beginning, we suppose that the first part is longer. Just taking one, the first one is enough, because actually after all, 28, 16, 16, 28, the same answers. So dot,
Can I
dot,
ask a
dot.
question?
Yes.
Like it's almost like no that how like there x square plus in brackets 44 minus x square divided by 16 equals to 65. My question starts from there. How did you get 88? Like x square plus x square minus 88. How did you get it?
If I here, we practice this a lot, maybe you get confused here.
Yeah.
Here we have x minus 44 squared. How do you expand this? Here we have x squared minus 2 times x times 44 plus 44 squared, right?
Mm-hmm.
A minus b squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b
Okay.
squared.
Okay, no question. And also one more question. Is there like I said x squared plus 44 minus x squared divided by 16? Where did 16 go after you simplified?
Yeah, I just multiply both sides by 16. Here we have times 16, also times 16. So the 16, 16, they cancel each other. And 65 times 16 equals 1040.
Oh, okay. Okay, I understood.
Okay?
Yes, thank you, I understood.
Okay, very good. Okay, that's it, guys. So the question is, find the perimeter of the two squares. Right, the perimeter of the first one, it is 28 cm. Perimeter of the second square is 16 centimeters. Okay, guys, the last question of this chapter. Okay. Murad Saizada, can you read this question for us?
Yes. A particle is projected from ground level so that its height above the ground after t seconds is given by 20t minus 5t squared meters. How many seconds is it? Is it 15 meters above the ground? Can you explain briefly why there are two possible answers? No, I
Okay.
can't.
Now, if you understand this question, what's going on here? Let's say you have a football or tennis ball or something, whatever it is. You just throw this to the air, all right? And because of the gravitational force, right, it just actually travels in the air for some time after it stops and starts coming back. Okay, so let's say maybe you're standing in front of what is it, small house, and maybe the height of the house is, let's say, this maybe 8 or 10 meters, right? If you just kick the football, for example, to the air, for example, just travels and passes the top of the roof, right? And after that it just travels back. Because why there are two questions, I'm just explaining here. Can you explain briefly why there are two possible answers? Because here, if you're talking about this height, right, and the ball is traveling here, and after that it comes back, so actually it is passing this height, right, twice, because the top of the roof when actually reach that height when it is moving up, and the second one is when it is moving down. Okay, so now what is this? This is our h, right, the height. So here our height function, it is a function of t. It is given by this. It is 20t minus 5t squared. This is h. Why I wrote here h of t? Because the height depends on t, right? After 1 second, the height will be different. After 2 seconds, it will be different. After every second, it will be different. So the question is, after how many seconds is it 15 meters, right? So that means that if h equals 15, we need to find time. So here, after if this one is 15, what is the value of t? Again, as you see here, we get a quadratic equation. Take everything to the right-hand side. Here we have 5t squared minus 20t plus 15. That's equal to 0. So we have to solve this quadratic equation. Now, if you divide both sides by 5, so here we have t squared minus 4t plus 3 is equal to 0. Rifa,
Mister,
can you simplify this? I give you 5 seconds. Factorize it.
Okay, so it will be a t minus 2.
2
No, plus 2, plus 2. No, not
plus?
2. No, no,
No.
1 minute. 3, plus 3, plus 3.
Plus or minus?
Plus.
No, it
And,
is minus,
no,
because
minus,
minus 3
minus.
times minus 1 is 3. Minus 3 plus minus 1 equals minus 4.
Yes, okay.
So it is minus 3 and minus 1.
Yes.
So if you check this, t times t squared, t times negative 1, negative t, negative 3 times t, negative 3t, the sum is negative 4t. Negative 3 times negative 1 is equal to 3. Now from here, t equals 1 or
Mhm.
t is equal to 3. So why we have two answers? One, it will reach the height of 15 meters when it is moving up. Actually here, what is it? Time is equal to 1 second. In 1 second, it reaches 50 minutes. And just keeps traveling up. And after it comes down, again, this height is 50 meters. Actually, it will pass this point when t equals 3. Okay?
Casa,
Yes.
shouldn't it be minus 15? Because when you move it to the left-hand side, shouldn't the sign change?
No. Actually, I didn't take 15 to the left-hand side. I take this 20t to the right-hand side.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Mura Seyzade, can you read this quote?
Um, Today's quote: "There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs." Wow, Mister, so
So
creative.
meaningful quote, right? Without
Yes.
actually sweating over, you cannot success. So if you want to be successful, you can be successful step by step, right? Step by step. One success, two, three, four, and together they bring big success. Anyway, guys, that's all about this chapter. I am closing this. Now we will start new chapter. 10 more minutes, okay? If you are too busy, you can leave, and don't worry, we are recording this. If you have time, you can stay with me, because for 10 minutes I had to go out. That's why we are a little bit Anyway, chapter 4. Chapter 4, guys. Now we will continue algebraic manipulation and the formula. Okay, that is chapter 4. It's also a bit quite big chapter, but very important chapter. So first we will start with manipulation of algebraic fractions. And what do you mean by manipulation? Manipulation means like adding something to the fraction or subtracting something from its numerator and denominator. And what is it? For example, let's say we just add something and subtract something. We multiply by something and divide by something. This kind of thing, we call this manipulation of algebraic fractions, change it from one form to another form. Okay, let's just start with a very simple one. Guys, I will stop after 8 minutes. Okay, just be patient. So let's start with simple algebraic fractions. We know that in primary school you learn fractions. Like for example, in question A, that's a fraction. But if our fraction involves some variables, we call them algebraic fraction, right? X over 5, algebraic fraction. 24ab cube over 42a squared b, algebraic fraction. These are algebraic. Simply any fraction that contains any letter or variable, we call this algebraic fraction. Now to simplify this, as you know, we have this rule, right? If you are given a fraction, if you multiply numerator and denominator by some non-zero number, the value of the fraction does not change. In the same way, if you divide numerator and denominator by some constant or by anything that should be, of course, not equal to zero, that does not change the value of the fraction. That is one simple manipulation. Okay, in this way we can manipulate fractions, because in what form it's useful for us depending on our need, right? We have to change it this form. Anyway, so how do you simplify this? Let's start with A. So let me use, all right, blue. Question A, right? 42 over 63. And we know that to simplify this, we need to find the highest common factor of the numerator and denominator. So 42, I can write it as 21 times 2, and 63, 21 times 3. So 21, 21, using the second rule, I can divide numerator and denominator by 21. So this fraction is equivalent to this fraction, 2 over 3. So instead of using 42 over 63, since they represent the same thing, we better use 2 over 3. In similar way, how about this question B? So we have to find their highest common factors, or let's say common factors. 24, we can write it as, what is it? Is it 8 times 6? Yes. I can write it as 6 times 4 times 8 times b cubed. I'm just explaining, but when you're doing this, you should do some steps mentally. How about 42? I can write it as 6 times 7. A squared means it is A times A, and here we have B, right? A common factor, the 6 is a common factor. A, common factor. This B cube means, actually, I should write this B cube as B times B squared. Okay, 4b squared over what we have here is 7a. Okay, we have just simplified the algebraic fraction. So the idea here again, guys, is so easy. We need to find the common factor of the numerator and denominator, just cancel out, right? But here the problem is, can we do this fast? Okay, because as I told you, everything is limited. Thinking fast is really, really important in life. Okay, that's why we should practice more and more, so that when you look at the question, idea comes quickly, we should be able to solve these questions. How about this example? Simplify the following expressions. In similar way, we have to factorize first, right? And find common factors and simplify them. As you see here, a squared plus 4ab squared. Ayan, what is the common factor of the numerator?
A and B.
Only a, right? The numerator. And the denominator, I can write it as a times 3b. A plus 4b squared over 3b. That's it. How about question B? 3t over common factor of the denominator is t. I can write it as t times t minus 2. This t, they cancel each other. How about C? If you factorize, we have already practiced, right, how to factorize it. Factorize the numerator, that is x minus 3. And how about the denominator? 3 is a common factor, x minus 3. And make sure that they are multiplied, right? They factor. So x minus 3, they cancel each other. The result is x over 3. That's it. So simple. And how about multiplication? We know that to multiply two fractions, we should multiply numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. How about if we need to multiply, divide fraction a over b by the fraction c over d, right? First, we change the division into multiplication and change the second fraction upside down. This is how we define the division. So in the first a, 4 over 7 times 21 over 32. So first I should write it like 4 times 21 over 7 times 32. Now we have to simplify them. This 4 times 21 is 3 times 7. Of course, you should do these things mentally. How about 32? 32 is 4 times 8. So now this 7, 7, they are gone. 4, 4, they are gone. The answer is 3 over 8. How about for algebraic fractions in a similar way? If we are multiplying here, I can just write it as AB times 4CD. What is it? That is 4 times ABCD over, here we have again C squared D, 6A squared B. Let me just write this in alphabetical order. First starting with number 6, A squared. Okay, we have no A squared. And we have B, right? And here we have C squared. And here we have D. Okay, 4 and 6. Common factor is 2. So here we have 2 left. A squared. This is gone. And B, they are gone, right? And with this A, the square is gone. With this C, the square is gone. And also D, it is gone. So in the numerator, we have 2. In the denominator, we have 3 times A times C, right? So that fraction is equal to this. Rifa, is it easy?
Yes, actually. But
It is easy
first
and
it
not so
takes a
difficult, but
little,
yes. What did you say?
like it's easy, but when you all start to do it, you can't do it so fast, but you can do it.
Okay, good. Guys, the last example, okay? Let's do this and let's finish the class for today. And first, again, here we have 3 numbers, right? So again, first I have to change this division into multiplication, and then multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together. So what we have here, let me just do this here, draw a single fraction. So here we have 3 times 35 times, if you change this division into multiplication, 15 goes up, 14 comes down. So here we have 15. In the denominator, here we have 10 times 54 times, here we have 14, right? So now we can simplify this. Here we have 3, 35 is 5 times 7, 15 is 3 times 5, over 10 is 2 times 5, 54 is 9 times 6, that is 9 times 6, and 14 is 2 times 7. Okay, first let me simplify as much as I can here. This 7, 7, it is gone. And this 5, 5, it is gone. And this 3 times 3, it is 9. With this 9, it is gone. That's it. I think they don't have any other common factor. What is left in the numerator? Only 5. Denominator, 2 times 2 times 4, that's equal to 24. So the answer is 24. In a similar way, how about question B? I'm going to change this division into multiplication. So this goes up, this numerator comes down. So here we have, draw a fraction line. Here I have x times, the second one is x squared z times, the last one is 2 times y. In the denominator, we have y times y squared times x z squared. Now, if you simplify this, okay, immediately this x, they are gone. And this z with this square, right? Z squared means z times c, also it is gone. And this y also it is gone. What is left in the numerator? We have 2x squared. How about denominator? Only y squared and z, okay? Because I cancel only its power, not z itself. So that is the simplest form of the given expression. Guys, in this way we will continue. Okay, you practice the tests. If you need one more test, I can give you if you have already practiced the test. Okay, so you will have the similar one. So I will meet you on Friday. Okay,
Okay, teacher. Bye. Have a great time.
bye bye. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.